Praised be Jesus and Mary. On this day we celebrate a beautiful little liturgical feast of Our Lady of Good Counsel. This particular devotion has a history, which we'll look at just briefly to put ourselves in the right context. And we have to go back to the 5th century when, in a little town not far from Rome called Genezzano, a little church dedicated to Our Lady of Good Counsel was built. The devotion there to Our Lady of Good Counsel became very strong, but the church itself fell into disrepair. By the 1400s, it was falling apart, so it was decided that it needed to be rebuilt, and that project was undertaken. On April the 25th, 1467, a miraculous occurrence took place. The new church that was being built had to stop. The construction had to stop because there were no more funds. So on the 25th of April of 1467, Our Lady came to the assistance of these people of Genezzano, when thousands of witnesses say that they saw the image of Our Lady of Good Counsel just miraculously appear in the new church that was being built, right before their very eyes. And after that, immediately miracles began to occur. And those who prayed in front of the image were blessed with many miracles. The news of this event spread to Rome, which wasn't far away, and got the attention of the Pope, who began to investigate this odd occurrence of an image just appearing, descending from heaven, apparently, right? Sounds odd. So the Pope sent 2 bishops to investigate how it happened and these alleged miracles that were taking place. The miracle took place in April. By August of 1467, these 2 bishops of the Pope, Pope Paul II sent them there, had already authenticated 171 of these miracles. They also discovered that the image itself, so that miracles were happening in front of this image was beyond doubt proven. Okay, people were receiving miraculous graces, but where did this image come from? They say it came down from heaven. All right, let's look into this before we believe it. So these bishops studied it, and they discovered that the image itself was a fresco. And it was a fresco, only as thick as an eggshell, just about, so very, very thin and fragile. Yet it definitely didn't belong in the new church. In fact, it wasn't attached to the wall of the new church. It was just resting there. And wherever it was removed from, it didn't seem possible that it was removed by human hands. Again, it was just thin as an eggshell, so to remove that unhurt from the wall of any other church would have been basically impossible. And to this day, this thin little piece of plaster still stands without any support, just resting on a narrow ledge in the church in Genezzano. The papal investigation also discovered that the picture of Our Lady of Good Counsel that had been venerated for centuries in a shrine in Albania, in Scutari, and actually disappeared from its church of origin. So there was claims in this other shrine that our image disappeared. The Albanians were being, at that time, unfortunately, invaded by the Turks. They didn't know where their image went. They were just happy it wasn't in the hands of the Turks. So the Commission of Inquiry did its research and found that in this church in Albania, there was, in fact, a little niche where an image should have been, but was gone, and it was of the exact same dimensions as the one that was now in Genezzano in Italy, thus confirming the statements of the Albanians, and thus giving much credence to the miraculous origin of this image of Our Lady of Good Counsel, which can still be venerated in Genezzano, Italy, corroborated all the more by the miracles it has worked and is still working today. So that's the history. But let's just be brief. And what's the good counsel that Our Lady gives us? She's venerated under the title of Our Lady of Good Counsel. And for centuries has been. and whoever turns to her receives this good counsel. What is it that Our Lady tells us? What is her good advice to us? Well, in the Gospels, only once does Our Lady ever tell anybody what to do. In the Gospels, only once does she ever give advice, so to speak, and it's in today's Gospel, and it's very simple. His mother said to the servers, "Do whatever he tells you. Do whatever my son tells you. Do the will of my son." That's Our Lady's good advice to us. That's her only advice to us. And let's just be sure that we listen to it and put it into practice. Our Lady of Good Counsel, pray for us.